In a galaxy ruled by the Galactic Council, a coalition of advanced alien species governs the universe with supreme authority. Humans, once a thriving and powerful race, are now enslaved and considered inferior, relegated to menial labor on distant planets. The Council enforces their dominance with a ruthless efficiency, suppressing any form of human resistance. The once proud race of humanity is fractured, its strength sapped by years of oppression. Yet, unknown to the Council, an ancient prophecy lies dormant in the hidden corners of human history. It speaks of a time when humanity will rise from the ashes of its enslavement to hunt those who once ruled over them, ensuring that no alien species can ever again enslave or subjugate humanity. Humans will hunt you forever, until it was too late. The prophecy is a warning, one that the Council dismisses as mere superstition, laughable in its presumption. After all, how could a species that has been broken for centuries possibly pose a real threat? But within the human population, there are those who still hold on to hope. A brilliant young woman, Elena, stumbles upon a fragment of the prophecy hidden within an ancient human artifact. Elena, once an outsider, is different. She is a prodigy, gifted with knowledge and intellect far beyond her peers. Driven by a burning desire for freedom, Elena begins to delve into the secrets of the prophecy, slowly piecing together its meaning. She uncovers a long-lost technology, the hunting star, an artifact that grants humanity the ability to track and hunt alien species, no matter how advanced they are. This discovery sets the wheels of rebellion into motion. Elena becomes the leader of a growing movement, gathering like-minded humans who are ready to defy the Galactic Council's oppressive rule. The rebellion begins small, operating in the shadows, but it quickly gains momentum. As the humans unite, their actions begin to draw attention. The Galactic Council, still dismissive of the threat, initially sees these acts of defiance as insignificant, mere rebellions of a desperate species. But the attacks grow bolder, more precise. The rebellion targets Council members directly, using the hunting star technology to disrupt communications and sabotage critical infrastructure. The Council begins to feel the sting of the uprising, and its leaders grow uneasy. Despite their overwhelming military might, they are powerless against an enemy that refuses to die. Humanity's survival instinct, honed by years of oppression, pushes them to fight back with unmatched tenacity. The Council, unable to understand the true nature of this enemy, begins to panic. Elena, now a symbol of human defiance, devises a plan to bring down the very heart of the Galactic Council. But the struggle is far from over. Humanity's pursuit is relentless, and the Council soon realizes that their previous arrogance has blinded them to the reality that they are being hunted. The rebellion reaches its peak as Elena leads a final assault against the Galactic Council's central hub. Armed with the knowledge of the hunting star and the support of thousands of rebels, humanity launches a full-scale attack. The Council's defenses, once thought impenetrable, crumble under the weight of humanity's determination. The battle is fierce, but Elena's intellect and the human spirit prove stronger than the alien forces. As the Council's leaders scramble to maintain control, it becomes clear that they are no longer in charge. Elena's strategic brilliance leads the rebellion through the Council's last defenses, culminating in a direct confrontation with the Council's highest officials. The once mighty rulers of the galaxy, who had dismissed humanity as nothing more than a footnote in galactic history, now faced the fury of the very species they had once enslaved. The final battle is swift and brutal. The Galactic Council's leadership is decimated, and with it, the oppressive system that had held the galaxy in its grip for centuries. The prophecy has come true. Humanity, driven by an unyielding will to survive and rise above its captors, has hunted the Council to its doom. The once powerful species that had controlled the fate of countless civilizations is no more. Humanity takes its place at the center of the galaxy, free from the shackles of slavery and ready to build a new era. The galaxy now belongs to those who had once been ruled, and the prophecy that no one believed is fulfilled: humans will hunt you forever, until it was too late. This is the beginning of a new chapter in galactic history, one where humanity will never again be oppressed, and its place among the stars will be forged through the fire of its rebellion. The Council, once untouchable, is gone, and humanity now stands as the true force in the galaxy. No longer slaves, humans are masters of their own fate. The galaxy is theirs to shape. Elena's discovery of the hunting star changes everything. As the rebellion begins to grow, so does the realization that humanity is no longer defenseless. The hunting star, an ancient artifact believed to hold the key to tracking and eliminating even the most advanced alien species, is humanity's answer to the oppressive Galactic Council. With this technology, Elena and the rebels begin organizing coordinated strikes across the galaxy, targeting key council leaders and strategic assets. The rebellion is no longer just a group of desperate insurgents but a well-organized force with the ability to strike at the heart of the council's power. Elena, with her brilliance and determination, quickly becomes the face of the rebellion. She is no longer just a leader but a symbol of hope for all the enslaved humans who have long forgotten the idea of freedom. Word spreads among the human population, and more people join the cause, swelling the ranks of the resistance. They fight not just for survival but for the chance to reclaim what was stolen from them. The first few victories embolden the humans, showing them that they are not powerless in the face of their oppressors. These attacks are swift, precise, and devastating, causing significant losses for the Council. However, the Council remains confident that humanity cannot truly threaten their rule. They believe the rebellion is nothing more than a nuisance, a fleeting spark that will be extinguished once they send their fleets to quash it. But as Elena's forces grow in strength, the Council begins to realize that they have misjudged humanity. The humans are relentless. They use guerrilla tactics, sabotaging supply lines, intercepting communications, and targeting key officials with unyielding precision. Each victory chips away at the once unbreakable confidence of the Council, and their complacency starts to turn to fear. For the first time, the aliens in power understand that they have underestimated the human race. They begin to take the rebellion more seriously, but by then, it's too late. The rebellion is no longer a scattered group of insurgents, it is an unstoppable force that has learned how to exploit the Council's weaknesses. Elena, with the power of the hunting star technology, becomes a genius tactician, able to predict the Council's every move. Every strike she leads brings the rebels closer to their ultimate goal, the complete dismantling of the Council. The Galactic Council, once a powerful entity that controlled the galaxy, now finds itself in a desperate struggle for survival. Their fleets, once seen as invincible, are now being destroyed one by the humans who refuse to give up. The humans' resilience, combined with their newfound technological advantage, shifts the balance of power in the galaxy. Elena's forces strike at Council strongholds, their attacks precise and devastating. The rebellion begins to dismantle the Council's infrastructure, cutting off their ability to communicate and coordinate. Elena, driven by the prophecy and her desire to see humanity free, leads the final charge. Her forces move ever closer to the heart of the Galactic Council, and there's no stopping them now. The once mighty Galactic Council is now on the defensive, struggling to maintain control as their worlds fall one by one. Elena's brilliance and the unrelenting will of humanity have put the Council on the brink of collapse. In a matter of months, the rebellion has turned from a fledgling movement into a galactic force that no one can ignore. The humans, long thought inferior and powerless, have become the ones to fear. The prophecy, once dismissed as mere legend, is now a harsh reality that the Council cannot escape. Elena has proven that humanity, when pushed to the edge, will rise above all odds to seek justice. With each victory, the Council's grip on the galaxy slips further. Elena's growing fame among the rebels is matched only by the panic spreading among the alien species who once believed they were untouchable. The Council's high-ranking officials begin to see Elena's forces as more than just a rebellion, they are a new power rising in the galaxy, one that will change the balance forever. The fear among the Council grows, and their desperation leads them to make mistakes. They miscalculate, they underestimate, and in doing so, they play into Elena's hands. As the rebellion's success continues to snowball, it becomes clear that the Galactic Council's reign is over. Elena's tactical genius has crippled their ability to fight back, and the human revolution has gained the momentum needed to strike directly at the heart of the Council's power. Their empire, once thought invincible, is now crumbling from within. Humanity has shown the galaxy that it will never again be a footnote in history, that it will never again be enslaved. The Council's arrogance has led them to this point, and now it is humanity that holds the power to decide the future. The moment of reckoning approaches. The Galactic Council's fall is inevitable. The final phase of the rebellion begins as Elena's forces prepare for the ultimate assault on the Galactic Council's central hub. The stakes have never been higher, and every decision counts. The hunting star technology has given humanity the ability to track and target the Council's leadership with deadly precision, and Elena has used it to her advantage. No longer hiding in the shadows, the rebellion is now in full force. Elena's strategy is simple: strike at the heart of the Council, cripple their leadership, and shatter their control over the galaxy once and for all. With her brilliant tactical mind, she coordinates a series of coordinated attacks that overwhelm the Council's defenses. The rebellion moves swiftly, systematically dismantling the Council's strongholds and neutralizing key figures in their leadership. The fear among the Council reaches a fever pitch as they realize that this is not just another insurgent movement, this is the end of their reign. The forces of the rebellion, led by Elena, advance with terrifying efficiency. With each successful strike, the Council's hold on the galaxy weakens. Their fleets, once the most powerful in the galaxy, are decimated in battle after battle. Elena's forces use their knowledge of the hunting star to anticipate the Council's every move, turning the once powerful Council into a disorganized, panicking entity. The Council attempts to regroup, but the damage is done. Their power is fractured, their forces scattered, and their leadership in chaos. Elena, ever the tactician, moves with precision, striking at Council leaders who thought themselves invincible, targeting their key assets, and ensuring their downfall. In the midst of all this, the Council begins to fall apart at the highest levels. The leaders, once unified in their arrogance, are now at each other's throats, blaming one another for the collapse of their empire. Elena's ability to exploit their weaknesses has driven wedges between the factions within the Council. This internal strife only accelerates the rebellion's victory. As the Council crumbles, Elena leads her forces into the heart of their power, the central hub where the final confrontation will take place. The rebellion has come so far, but this final battle is not without its risks. The Council, desperate and cornered, unleashes its most advanced weapons and defenses in a last-ditch attempt to hold on to control. But even with these forces, the rebellion proves unstoppable. Humanity, once thought weak and enslaved, now stands as the overwhelming force in the galaxy, driven by the will to survive and exact revenge. The final confrontation is intense, but it is clear that the Council's days are numbered. Elena and her forces push forward relentlessly, cutting through the remaining defenses. The Council's leadership, isolated and surrounded, now faces the full fury of a species they once deemed inferior. The battle is chaotic, but Elena's leadership ensures that the humans stay organized and focused. The tide of war has long since shifted in their favor, and now the Council must face the consequences of their past actions. As Elena and her forces close in on the central command center, the remaining Council members have no choice but to fight for their lives. The rebellion's victory is within reach, but it is not without sacrifice. In the final moments of the battle, Elena personally confronts the Council's highest-ranking officials. These once feared alien leaders, who had dismissed humanity as insignificant, now face the truth: humanity will not be controlled. Elena's brilliance, the rebellion's relentless pursuit, and the hunting star technology have brought them to this point, and the Council has no choice but to surrender. The prophecy has been fulfilled, and the Council, once thought invincible, is now at the mercy of those they had oppressed. Elena's triumph marks the end of the Council's reign and the beginning of a new era. The battle ends with the collapse of the Galactic Council, and humanity stands victorious. No longer slaves, humans now assume their rightful place in the galaxy. The rebellion has succeeded, and the once feared alien species who ruled with cruelty and arrogance are no more. Elena's leadership and the resilience of humanity have brought about a new dawn. The prophecy that once seemed like a distant hope is now a reality: humans will hunt you forever, until it was too late. With the fall of the Council, humanity emerges as the dominant force in the galaxy, free from oppression and ready to forge its own future. The galaxy, once ruled by the arrogant few, is now open to the will of humanity. The Council's fall is the beginning of humanity's rise. The Galactic Council is now in ruins, their once imposing empire shattered by the relentless pursuit of humanity. Elena stands at the forefront of this victory, leading a new era where humans will no longer be slaves, but masters of their own destiny. With the fall of the Council, the galaxy begins to shift. The rebellion's success has left a vacuum of power, and the once suppressed human species is now in control. The remaining alien factions, who had long supported the Council, now find themselves in disarray, uncertain of their place in the new order. They had once believed they could suppress humanity forever, but they now understand the price of underestimating human resilience. Elena, who had risen from the ashes of oppression to lead the rebellion, now faces the difficult task of rebuilding the galaxy. She must navigate the fragile balance of power between the different species and ensure that humanity's newfound strength does not turn into tyranny. The humans, though victorious, are not without their scars. Years of subjugation have left deep wounds in their collective psyche, and there is a struggle to find a path forward that honors their hard-won freedom without repeating the mistakes of the past. Elena, ever the strategist, understands that leadership requires not just the power to defeat an enemy, but the wisdom to build a just society from the ruins of war. As the galaxy adjusts to this new order, Elena faces challenges from within her own ranks. While many rejoice in the Council's fall, others are wary of the power humanity now wields. There are factions among the humans who wish to extend their rule to the other alien species, believing that the galaxy should be controlled by humans alone. Elena, however, understands that true victory lies not in domination, but in ensuring peace and equality for all. Her leadership is tested as she works to establish a new intergalactic government, one that ensures humanity's strength does not become a tool of oppression again. The echoes of the Council's reign are still felt, and Elena is determined to prevent history from repeating itself. With the galaxy in turmoil, the various alien factions are forced to reassess their place in the universe. They had once dismissed humanity as a primitive species, incapable of challenging the established order. Now, they must reckon with the reality that humanity has become the most powerful force in the galaxy. The balance of power has shifted irrevocably, and those who once held sway over the stars now find themselves at the mercy of humanity's will. Elena's vision for the future involves not just the survival of the human race, but the integration of other species into a new, more cooperative galaxy. The last remnants of the Council are hunted down, their leaders either captured or exiled. The final remnants of their empire crumble, and with it, the old systems of power are dismantled. Elena's victory is not just a military triumph, but a moral one as well. Humanity has shown the galaxy that even the most oppressed and broken species can rise to greatness, and that no empire is too powerful to fall. The prophecy that once seemed like a mere myth has come to pass. Humans will hunt you forever, until it was too late. The prophecy was not just about vengeance, it was a testament to the enduring spirit of humanity, a species that would never be crushed, no matter the odds. As the dust settles and the rebellion transforms into the foundation of a new government, Elena reflects on the cost of their victory. The price of freedom was steep, and many lives were lost along the way. But humanity's will to survive and thrive has proven to be an unstoppable force. The galaxy is now open to new possibilities, and humanity will no longer be constrained by the fear and oppression that once defined their existence. The future is uncertain, but one thing is clear: humanity has earned its place among the stars, and nothing will ever be able to take that away. With the fall of the Council, the galaxy begins its recovery. Elena leads humanity into a new age, where cooperation, peace, and mutual respect will guide the galaxy's future. The once feared species that enslaved them are gone, and humanity has risen to take their place. The prophecy has been fulfilled, but its true meaning is just beginning to unfold. As the dust clears, Elena knows that the work is far from over. The galaxy may now be free, but the road to true peace and prosperity will require careful navigation. Still, humanity has proven that it is more than capable of facing whatever challenges lie ahead. The age of the Galactic Council is over, and the age of humanity has begun. The downfall of the Galactic Council marks the end of an era and the beginning of a new one. Elena's leadership has transformed humanity from oppressed slaves into the undisputed rulers of the galaxy. The rebellion, which once seemed like a fleeting spark of hope, has become a roaring blaze that has reshaped the entire cosmos. The final battle is over, but the work is far from done. As the dust settles, Elena realizes that the greatest challenge is not defeating the Council, but ensuring that humanity does not repeat the mistakes of those who ruled before them. With power now in their hands, the potential for tyranny looms just as large as it once did under the Council. Humanity has tasted freedom, but with it comes the responsibility of ruling wisely. Elena begins the process of establishing a new order in the galaxy. She is determined to build a government that represents all species, not just humanity. The rebellion's success has given them an opportunity to shape a new future, one based on cooperation rather than oppression. But the galaxy is fractured, and not all the alien species are willing to accept humanity's new leadership. Some see humanity's rise as a threat to their autonomy, and there are those who would challenge Elena's authority. Despite the tensions, Elena remains firm in her resolve to ensure peace and stability across the galaxy. She begins negotiations with the alien factions, working to integrate them into a new, more equitable system of government. As Elena navigates the complex politics of the galaxy, she is faced with difficult choices. There are factions within the human population that seek to dominate the other species, believing that their victory entitles them to rule the galaxy without compromise. Elena understands that this mindset is dangerous, and she works tirelessly to prevent humanity from becoming what they once fought against. The struggle to balance the desires of humanity with the need for intergalactic unity tests Elena's leadership and forces her to confront the dark side of power. While some see her as a hero, others view her as a tyrant in the making. Elena knows that her actions will define the future of humanity, and she is determined not to let her people fall into the same traps as the Galactic Council. The first steps toward peace are tentative but necessary. Elena's diplomatic efforts are met with mixed results. Some alien species are eager to join the new Galactic Council, while others remain suspicious of humanity's intentions. Elena is aware that the wounds inflicted by the Council's rule run deep, and rebuilding trust will take time. Despite the challenges, there are moments of progress. Slowly, the pieces of a new government begin to fall into place. Elena's vision of a galaxy united by mutual respect rather than fear starts to take shape, and her leadership becomes the cornerstone of this new order. As humanity begins to rebuild, Elena reflects on the sacrifices made to achieve this moment of victory. The cost of freedom has been steep, and many lives have been lost in the struggle. But the rebellion's success is a testament to humanity's resilience and its refusal to be crushed. The prophecy, once dismissed as a mere legend, has been fulfilled: humans will hunt you forever, until it was too late. It was not just a prediction of revenge but a statement of humanity's enduring spirit. Despite centuries of oppression, humanity has proven that they will rise again, no matter the odds. The galaxy is no longer governed by the fear and cruelty of the Council. Humanity's place among the stars is secured, but Elena understands that the true test of their strength will be in maintaining the peace they have fought so hard to achieve. There will always be those who seek to challenge humanity's rule, and Elena knows that she must remain vigilant to protect the fragile peace they have built. Her leadership is now defined not just by her military victories, but by her ability to guide humanity through the complexities of governance and diplomacy. As the new Galactic Council begins to take shape, Elena looks to the future with both hope and caution. The galaxy is full of potential, but it is also rife with uncertainty. The humans who fought for their freedom now have the power to shape the galaxy, but with that power comes the responsibility to ensure that the mistakes of the past are not repeated. Elena's vision for the future is one of unity and cooperation, where all species can coexist without fear of domination. It is a vision that will take time to realize, but with humanity's willpower and determination, there is hope that a truly just galaxy can be forged. The prophecy has been fulfilled, but the journey is far from over. Humanity has risen to power, but their true test will be in how they wield that power. Elena has shown the galaxy that humanity can overcome any obstacle, and now she must lead them in the difficult task of forging a new future, one where their strength is used to protect, not oppress. The age of the Galactic Council is over, and the age of humanity has begun. What comes next will be determined by the choices they make, and Elena will be there to guide them every step of the way.